My Quilcom B-2 BELLY is a percussion synthesizer designed to simulate the sound of bells and bell-like instruments. But being a synthesizer, you can make all sorts of other noises with it. The design concept is similar to the other percussion synths in the B2 series. So I'll just run through the main features, and then we can move on to hearing some of the presets and talking about it a little bit more. So we have two sound generators on this system. There's the synthesizer at the top and the sample player at the bottom. So we can layer any sample we want with any synth sound we want. So this is the synth sound. This is the sample sound I loaded. And if you want to play them together, you can mix them. You can set the envelope parameters for all the 5 envelopes on the system here, and you can pass from the mixer to the filter, the main filter, which can process the sampled sound and also the synthesizer sound. And when you've got some sound that you like, you're happy with, you can export it by clicking on the arm button, playing the sound, and then save it in the normal way. There are 3 ways of playing your bells. MIDI keyboard, of course. Hit the bell icon and you set the note there, or turn on a beat. And you have this chime bar icon, and if you drag the mouse across that, across the top area it's a chromatic scale, and the lower area is just the white notes. I'll give you a very quick overview of the synthesizer section, but I think you probably know what I'm going to say. Read the user guide to get all the background information. So if you want to play with this, play with my belly, you can get better results if you know what all the bits and pieces do. The synthesizer has 2 main sound generating sections. There's the strike, which you can use for the initial hit should you want to, and that's based on a FM or phase modulation system. And then there's the body, which is intended to be the more sustained part of the bell sound, and this is an additive synthesizer with various features including phase distortion envelope. There's 2 ring modulators, a filter for trimming the sound. You can introduce an error table so that the bells are slightly or a lot out of in tune with each other, which is quite common with real world bells. And you can also bring in a second set of partial oscillators, which are detuned from the main ones to give degenerate sound, where you get 2 partials which are close together and beat with each other. There's only one effect provided, which is based on my Quilcom Foreigner, where we get distance cues, which if you want to make the sound of church bells or a tolling bell, it makes it sound a little bit more authentic if it sounds like it's coming from way off. The Taylor 1980 preset is from published information based on the relative value and amplitude of the partials. So this is that sound. The mirrors 1859 preset is similarly based on a real bell cast a long time ago, before they'd really got to grips with the technology of making bells sound more in tune with themselves, as they call it. Much less harmonious than the previous one, I would say. This is the sound of the biggest bell in the UK, called the Great Paul. If you like the sound of the tolling of the iron bell, this one's for you. A lot of these bells work over a fairly wide pitch range. This is a peal of bells. Now, of course, I simply had to simulate Big Ben. Great fun for me. A carillon is a huge chromatically tuned keyboard instrument, really, where you punch batons to sound the bells, and as I say, it's chromatic, so you can play any tune over at least 2 octaves. This next sound, the glassy bell, just uses the strike generator on its own. There are 2 tubular bell presets. This one is the tubular tower bell, which has very thick walls. And this one is the more familiar, perhaps, tubular pipe bell. It's a very different sound. The clock spiral gong simulates the sound you used to get from old mechanical clocks when they struck the hour. Of course, you're not limited just to bell sounds. This is a sound of a metal barred instrument like glockenspiel, for instance. You can also make sounds of wooden bars being hit as well as metal. The triangle can sound quite good over quite a wide range. This is the orchestral bell tree, and of course the chime bar is useful for playing that. And we can simulate the sound you might have found on old analog synthesizers, which didn't have the features of FM and ring modulation and so on. As I said before at the beginning, this is a synthesizer, so you can manipulate it to make all sorts of crazy noises. So I hope that's given you some idea and feeling for what you might be able to do with the Quilcom B-2 Belly. I've been Rex Basterfield, so until the next time, bye!